Hello and welcome to this nighttime taste challenge. We have two Speyside single malt Scotch whiskies. All right, one is well known, the other one is not really well known. Trader Joe's Speyside single malt Scotch, age 8 years. If you look up video reviews for it, you're not going to really find much of anything. But if you do the other one, the Glenlivet Founders Reserve, you'd be all day looking. Problem is that Trader Joe's is in some towns and it's not in, most. It's expanding, but it's, limited. Second issue is that not too many of their stores sell liquor. Some do, like in Metairie, Louisiana. I don't know about Baton Rouge. I'm not sure if they sell liquor there. Next time I'm passing through Baton Rouge, which who knows when that'll be, I'll check it out. That was actually the first Trader Joe's in Louisiana. They contract with a company called Alistair Duncan to have this made for them. And since it's called Trader Joe's, it's obviously only sold there. It says established 1967. Yeah, not the whiskey, the store. Of course, maybe they've been having this made for them since 1967. I really don't know. They might have sold liquor at their stores back then. At the few they had. Now I know they got bought out by Aldi in 1979. Foil cap. So that was an important date in the Trader Joe's history. Foil cap cover. All right, now the Glenlivet Founders Reserve. This is their non-aged. They have some non-aged stated whiskeys. This is one of them. This is the main one. American oak selection. They say classic. What they say, traditional oak and first fill oak. So I interpret traditional oak as just like ex-bourbon barrels, but they don't specifically say that. And first fill oak is the first time they use it when they send it to Scotland. They use it for this. This has got the light blue label. They've gone to color-coded labels, okay? There's the founder, and they got a big write-up about it. I'll show you the website in a moment. Okay, got to get my tags correct. This runs about $53. I didn't pay that much. I got a little better deal on it. I probably paid $10 less. But then, of course, that was a while back before the price problem. All right. I need to moisturize this cork to prevent dry rot, which would definitely occur. I've had that problem twice now with whiskeys, where the cork is crumbly and dry rotted from a lack of moisture. And it's a very irritating situation to deal with. All right. So I'll show you. They both use real cork, not plastic stoppers. You can hear the refrigerator squealing. Still working. I guess one day it'll break. Hopefully when I'm home. And that way I can save the food in there. Well, they always break. Anything breaks eventually. Okay. So there you go, real cork. All right. You can't expect that Trader Joe's is going to have any kind of chance here, because I'm telling you, it's not going to. It's too rough. It's too rough cut. And even though it's 8 years, it's got some good age on it. It's just, it's what they're aging is probably low quality, relatively low quality. When I reviewed it in isolation, I thought it was fine, and I liked it. But when I said, but in the video, well, I need a little bit more Glenlivet. In the video, what did I say? But how is it going to do in competition? Well, I didn't know, but I had a feeling. But now I know because I've gone through most of the competition and it hasn't won yet. Hasn't won a single round, and I never got it confused with anything else. So it's like in the Bible saying a disruptive woman, like a wild woman that you're trying to have a relationship with. It's like putting a gold ring in the snout of a pig. It's like, oh, look at that beautiful ring, that like an earring, a nose ring. Look at it. It's so pretty, but look what it's on, a pig, swine. So you could take it and age it 8 years, but it doesn't mean it's going to be good, because what if what you're aging is no good? You just got an 8-year age bad product. But it's not that bad, like a gold ring in the snout of a pig. It's a more extreme situation. In a much more serious situation, we talk about a human relationship there. But it's not really too enjoyable. And for $19.99 a bottle, then you sort of can expect that, like, oh, but Trader Joe's is that kind of store. Like, they'll offer all kind of products, right, with their name on it, or an assumed name like Charles Shaw, whatever. But it's a hit or miss thing. Like, some will be good and some will be, as they say in England, dodgy, questionable, to say the least. So, but some people are going to buy everything they make because they're saving a penny here, a nickel there, and that's what their game plan is for life. And that's what they'll even like maybe convince themselves that it's good. And that's fine with me because I'm not living that life. So I would not have a problem with it. Now, if I was, say, married to somebody and she was demanding that we do that and then insisting that I say, isn't it good? Then I would say, well, it's tolerable for $19.99, perhaps, and even arguably good on its own merits. But I'm not going to say it's good just because it's $19.99 at Trader Joe's. So that would cause maybe conflict, unless the woman was calm, reasonable, and could accept difference of opinion. And some can. Maybe not the American woman today, generally, but there's diamonds in the rough. Okay. Some fruitiness here because they contain no fruit. Yeah, like honey top white bread cross type thing. Now, I don't know how long this is aged. It's at least 3 years. We know that because Scotch has to be aged at least 3 years. Can't have any grain neutral spirits in it, unaged. Of course, these are not blended anyway. These are single malt, meaning barley malt whiskey. Whoops. Got some on my lips there. Tasted it. Well, on aroma, it's okay. Aroma is okay. Appearance is okay. They both golden. They look fine. Aroma's sort of even. Hey. But it's a taste challenge. And let's just say I do the challenge and I can't tell them apart. And Trader Joe's sort of wins in that respect. Because if you can't tell them apart, the cheaper one always wins by default, right? You take two products, similar style, you can't tell them apart. Like, let's say blocks of cheese. One is $7, one is $1.99. You do a blind taste test. A Great Value, extra sharp cheddar, and maybe Cabot or whatever they have, like $7. But you say, I can't tell them apart. They're both pretty good. I don't know which is which. Okay, well, then automatically the Great Value wins. It wins by default. You don't have to go any further. It's over. The contest is over because it's a much cheaper product. If you're saving $5 and a penny, it's over. That's going to happen here. If there's any question about it, Trader Joe's wins, but it ain't going to happen. But I'm just, theorizing, hypotheticalizing. That's got to be the Trader Joe's because that thing is bitey, 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 bitey. It bites back. I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing is pretty rough. Whew. Honey topped white bread crust, but it is of the most unrefined type. You say that went in that was in oak for 8 years, untouched. Let's say it could have been 2015 to 2023. Well, it couldn't have been. I bought it in 22. Okay, 2014 to 2022, and that's how it came out. Unfortunately, yes. But like I said, if the ingredients are poor, the result's going to be poor no matter what how you flip it, you know. Ooh. Hoo-wee, hoo-wee, baby. Tell you one thing, this boat is a mess. All right. Can't even get it out of my mouth. The taste of my mouth. Gives you the frisson. Like they say around here, the frisson, the willies, the chills, you know. Ooh, that gave me the frisson. All right. Cheers. Ha ha ha. 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 All right. This is so not even. This is clearly the Glenlivet Founders Reserve. And look, let's look at the website. They don't really get that good of a score. No, it doesn't get that. I like the Glenlivet. Chivas Bros is pretty cool about this because they're showing you what people say about it. They're not just telling you how awesome their product is. So we got Founders Reserve, the classic flavors of the Glenlivet bound up in a creamy, smooth texture. It's our tribute to the man who started all and goes on and on. You know, they're showing people drinking so wonderful. They're making cocktails. It's all about cocktails. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can read it on your own. And they give descriptions that I never pick up any of these. I might pick up some of the flavors, you know, creamy sweetness and zesty fruits, but I can't ever get it elaborate in my taste buds. Now it says rate this whiskey. You can rate it. They let the people rate the whiskey on their website. And that's a great idea for any beer, wine, or whiskey company. They should do it. Of course, there's a risk because you get some haters that might be mad because the company supported some social issue that you like or don't like, or they didn't support some social issue that you demand they support. So you just get on there and say nasty things just to get back at them. Some people are sick like that, you know, demented that way. Not even drink whiskey at all, and they'll just write a bad rating because they have some Marxist-Leninist approach to life. You know what I mean? No. Now, but look what they're saying. It's only getting an average of 3.6. That's a 72. Now, if you go to school and you make a 72 on your test, you got a lot of studying left to do. It's getting a 2.6 on quality, a 4.3 on value. That's where it comes out. And the taste is 4.4. So I don't understand why those numbers would be like that. Because if it has a 88 taste, that's a B plus. I don't know why it's coming in at basically at an F in quality. So that's kind of confusing. But got different people rating now. But that's it. They're telling you, hey, this is it. This is what people think. Buy it, don't buy it. It's up to you. Obviously, people buy it. I see it everywhere. Now, here's their flagship. Sort of like they're below. The one I'm drinking today, the Founders Reserve, is sort of like their below premium offer. Everything they make is premium or above, but I mean, it's their below premium offering for them. This is their flagship. And it's scoring a 90, seeing much higher scores for this, a 90. So, and you're only paying $3 more per bottle, so you're going to come out much more ahead, at least according to what the people are saying. And they both have over 100 ratings, so it's not like somebody just threw a few ratings in there. It's over 100 ratings, so that can usually help water down or phase out the bad ones. You know, those ratings from the haters. You know, let's just look at a few others. I mean, you can spend thousands of dollars on the Glenlivet if you're really trying to get. Captain's Reserve. This must be something new. I'll bet you it ain't $54. It's getting an 86. Actually, it's getting less than the. Of course, I only got 24 check-ins because it's probably new. I never even heard of the doggone thing. Okay. I think over here. Caribbean, yeah. About every year or 6 months, they'll come up with a new finished product. So this one's finishing the in the rum barrels. I see it at the store. I just finished in rum barrel. But I never bought it. But I've seen it. You know, I've seen it. It's getting a 92. So hey, it's getting a 92. Now let's look at the really high hat, the Glenlivet 30-year age. I bet it doesn't have 25 ratings because it's so expensive. But this thing will cost you an absolute fortune. It'll make Johnny Walker Blue Label look cheap. %49 alcohol. Uh-oh. You can only buy this at the distillery. So you want to buy it, you got to go to Scotland. Of course, people that live in Scotland, they could just drive to the distillery, no big deal. But you got to go to the distillery and buy it. It's like Jack Daniels, I think, sells only some whiskey at the distillery, and you know, it's still only getting a 90, but it's only 6 ratings. See what I mean? 6 people rated it because who is buying it? If you saw the price, you would say, not me. All right, so not me. Azarac. You can go there to their distillery in New Orleans, right there on corner of Magazine and Poydras Street. Yeah, it was on Poydras. I think the front door is on Poydras, but corner Magazine and Poydras. You can go right there at the distillery and the Sazerac House Interactive Museum. You could buy a bottle of Scotch there for $6,000. It'll even have a vintage, be the last drop, 19. They always go 50 years old, so it'll be 1974. It's only $6,000. What the heck? It comes with a little sample, a 50 milliliter bottle inside the package so that you could drink that without opening that. Because you know how people do. They're not buying it to drink. They're buying it to flip. They want to sell it. I know I saw 100 people lined up yesterday, 2 days ago, Thursday, to buy the Weller barrel proof, $100 a bottle. Half those people will not drink it. They'll give it as gifts, or they'll sit on it hoping to flip it and sell it for $200. Or they want to just have it to show people, but they're not going to drink it because if they drink it, then they don't have it. And then they can't show everybody what they got. You see what I mean? If you eat the cake, you can't have it. That's where the expression comes from. You can't eat your cake and have it too. Once you eat it, it's gone. But that's how people are. As humans, people want everything and nothing. They want everything and nothing at the same time, which is not possible. Like I want to pay $19.99 for a 8-year-old single malt Scotch, and I want it to be awesome. Wrong. It's not going to happen. And it's definitely not happening this day. Now, international market has a Scotch whiskey for $10,999. That was the last time I looked at the price in that cabinet. $10,999 for one bottle. It's Glenmorangie 1974. Glenmorangie 1974. Don't you want to pay $11,000 minus a penny or minus $1 for a bottle of single malt Scotch whiskey? Don't you want to do that? I think that's the most expensive product in that store. The Glenlivet, not the Glenlivet, Glenmorangie, 1974. Oh, they got other stuff that's sky high. Louis the 13th brandy, cognac brandy, excuse me, from um, who makes the Louis the 13th? That's Remy Martin, in that cut crystal, handcrafted container for like $7,000. And they got a cheaper one that's only 3,000, you know. But see, so you could laugh and say, look what you do. You doing a 1999 bottle and a $54 bottle, $53 bottle. I know what I'm dealing with. I know one thing, the $54 bottles are whipping up on this 1999 one. Creamy, like they say. Now, they do say it on the website. Creamy, fruity in a way. I don't know how it could be because there's no fruit in it. The white bread, it has almost a savory quality. It's hard to say why that would be. They're both medium bodied, and this one, they both have a mostly dry finish. It's just that this one is smooth as silk, and this one's like swallowing razor blades. Like the Lou Reed song, Vicious. You're vicious. Oh, baby, you're so vicious. When I see you coming, you know, I just want to run away. And so you know how they say a whiskey's approachable. If this approaches you, you better get up and take off running, baby. Now this one is approachable. It's lovely. It's not fantastic. Why do you think it's their introductory model? Because it's not fantastic. But you could win it on The Price is Right. You know, they always used to have like generally the introductory model cars. You know, the Ford Maverick, 1971 Ford Maverick comes with Synchromesh 3-speed transmission, durable vinyl seating, no glove box. I mean, it was so basic. But then on the other hand, it is free if you win it. Of course, a lot of people would never take possession of it because then they'd say, well, here's the car. Of course, you got to pay tax, title, and license on it. You got to pay the tax. California law. Sorry, law of California. Which is, that wouldn't be bad. Brand new car. And there you go. You got it. Now you say, well, wait a minute. I live in North Carolina. I won the car. I flew here. I got a round trip ticket. How am I going to get back? And then, of course, Price is Right going to say, well, that's really kind of like your problem. You know, guess you got to drive it back. Now, if you had two people with you, I mean, a person with you, like say you and theoretically, you could take possession of the car. You pay that small tax, title, and license fee. I guess they'll give you a temporary tag till you get back to North Carolina. Then you could register, do registration in North Carolina. Then you could have driven it back from Los Angeles, Studio City, all the way back to Boone, North Carolina. Be 2 days of not a lot of fun, 3 days, but then you got a brand new car. A beautiful 1971 neon green Ford Maverick with no glove box and, of course, no air conditioning and an AM radio. Though it did come with an AM radio, so that's the option. It does have an option. And beautiful bias ply tires, drum brakes all around. Power steering, are you crazy? Power brakes, are you out of your mind? But then, but that's what I'm saying. That's about what I'm describing is what you're looking at here. Okay. All right. Enough of that. So sorry, Trader Joe's. This one is a major fail, and that's just too bad for you because it's definitely not my problem, except that I'm drinking it. I guess that's my problem. But so next time around, what is the last ones we had? What are the last ones we have? Let me check just for interest level. Oh yeah, it's about to get way worse. It's about to get much worse. I've got Ardbeg. I've got Finlagen, which is a 6-year aged Isla. Pretty smoky. That's a good product. Some people are slagging on it, but I thought it was really good. And I did get that at Trader Joe's, but it's not owned by them. But I did get it there. That's gonna just it's gonna be so bad, and then it's gonna really be bad because I've got Ardbeg 10. Ardbeg 10. I shouldn't even do the video really because it's gonna be so monstrously bad. But hey, but you in the mix, so you're gonna get mixed up. All right. So then we're gonna be on to blended Scotch. And I have a really exciting blended Scotch. I'm so excited, especially since it was gifted to me. But my friend that bought it, you will not believe that he bought this bottle for $4.99. But I believe it because I saw him buy it. And I thought it was just a half-size bottle. I didn't examine it carefully when I was at the store. And I said, oh no, wait, this one was not gifted to me. What am I thinking? He was upset because I didn't buy him a bottle and he could pay me back. I said, well, look, I didn't think about it. And then when I was down the highway, I was like, oh, well, I'm not going back. I said, but they had so many. They had a huge amount and it's $4.99. So whenever you pass by there, you could get one. And he was like, okay, he went there that night. He bought a 1 or 2 bottles and then he couldn't help it. He was like, I got to go back and buy all the rest. He probably didn't buy all the rest because he probably had a lot in the back stock, but he was like amazed. I mean, I was amazed. That's right. I did buy it, but it was so amazing that I was amazed and he was amazed and he went crazy and bought so many to give as gifts. He said, they'll never know it was $4.99. I said, who in the world would believe it anyway? It's a 50 something. It's like $55, $60. I don't know. It's expensive. $4.99. All right. Y'all see that. Y'all will see that coming up. All right. Bye-bye.